Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Creator Metaphysical Store, where we help co-create your reality. My name's Edgar. I am the owner of the Creator. Now, let's get started. Today, I will be giving you guys a store update as described in the title below, and I wanted to show you a sneak preview of these. Amazing. They came out gorgeous. Though I'm a little worried, though. Because they're also oils, so I don't know if they're gonna freeze properly or they're just going to melt. So we'll see how it goes. I am, however, gonna put most of them in the freezer like this, and I'm gonna leave one out tonight to see what it does properly, to see if it needs to be kept refrigerated or not, which it shouldn't have to be. So I'm gonna quickly put these over here. For the meantime, I got some stuff over here, so okay, here we go. Alright, so today's topic, like I said, is gonna be of an occult informational video. I thought it would be useful because I noticed in some of my Facebook groups that there was a bit of controversy with someone who was originally known as Archangel Phosphorus, known as Lightbringer, and was later demonized and made into what you know as Lucifer in Christianity. And I know I'm going to get a lot of bad reputation, and that's perfectly fine because I know my truth at the end of the day. Okay, now, but before we get into it, let me find my phone. I think I have my phone here. Oh, I left it in the other room. Give me 1 minute because I have the list of. Yeah. Okay. So, here is the new and updated list of the incense sticks, and because they officially got the order placed, I saw the Sleeping Tigers imports charge my cash card, and there was a bit of controversy as far as from them. They said that they had certain incense sticks that I ordered only as oils. So I'm going to give you guys a list of the incense sticks and oils that I got. So we got sweet pea, Egyptian musk, aphrodisia, nature's pine, evergreen, there's sage, there's sea mist, there's tranquility, there's waterfall, grape, lime, lemon, jasmine, coconut, cinnamon, flower bouquet, meditation, money drawing, ancient mist, lily of the valley, guardian angel, butterscotch, eternity, harmony, honeysuckle, Jamaican spice, franken myrrh, wisteria, lavender, Bob Marley, sweet patchouli, sunflower, leather, blueberry, African musk. I know this is a lot. Nag champa, peppermint, ocean breeze, bayberry, mulberry, red dragon, and cherry. And let me double check to see if cedar sage was one of the They said, "Hi, Celeste. I noticed on your list for the incense, you have some that only come in oils. These are the scents that are on your list that we carry for oils only, which was heavenly scent, dragon's blood, eucalyptus, home blessing, orange blossom, clearing, witch's brew, protection, and cedar sage." And with those specific oils, you'll be seeing more of those for the soap rather than, but I won't be posting the product available. I won't even be making, it so you guys can see it until June. I'm just making the product in advance so I have a bunch of it. That way it'll give me some time to be like, okay, I see this works and this works. So you guys won't be seeing this until later towards June. Not unless my guides and my spirit guides and angels and the beings that I work with say, hey, we suggest and encourage that you do it a bit faster and let it be available at this date instead of the date you already have. So I am discussing it with them, but some of them feel like it's kind of like some of them feel like I should have it available in half the time, like in 3 months. So because for March, because some of these, as a street vendor, there's a lot of people on spring break, so I could sell a lot of soap there. So yeah, I'm definitely going to do that, but I don't, know as far as like having it available for my store. That is a bit of controversy still. What they're helping me really figure out what I really want, and they're amazing. They give me such great feedback. They even give me questions that I have to think about, and it's just amazing. You guys are always amazing. And I say that to my guides, my angels, and all the deities that I've ever come across and worked with. And thank you so much. But yeah, so that's the update. I have to now go back in my emails, write down the whole list, and then type each one individually on Wix.com. So it's just hard because you don't get with Wix.com. The only thing I don't like is how they every time you're trying to put a product on, it doesn't allow you to have like a graph and you type within each bar the list of the options. So that's what I don't like about it, is you have to put one each individually over and over, where I wish they had more of a graph and you could just type in each little box section the options that you want to put in, and then that's done. So, but that's what I don't like about it. But other than that, it's been very helpful. I still, my guides even told me to go reach out to Friday Nightingale, or I don't know why I call her Nightingale, but her name's Friday Gladheart. Thank you so much. I heard it's Gladheart. I'm like, oh, thank you. Right. So, I'm gonna reach out to her because they suggested, and they were like, well, why don't you ask her? She might give you some good advice because she's done this more than you have, and she's someone that, actually, it was more so the dragons than anything else that suggested that I go talk to her. So I'm gonna go talk to her, and reach out to her and see if I can get her email or her phone number, something to just say, hey, let's set up a meeting where we can just chit chat. So with that being said, let's get on to today's informational video, which is about Lucifer. I will be giving you more of a historical based, not any specific date, but more of the history of what I have accumulated and what I have come to understand about him personally, both from my experience and me working with Lucifer, and then also my just my facts, my history, and all that. So I'm gonna give you the history part first, and this religion called Christianity, Catholicism. There's a dark history that a lot of us, including myself, because I'm Christian based, but I'm a spiritual person. I was raised Christian. I don't have a problem with Christians or Catholics in any way or anything in between those religions. But I do like to do my research, and I discovered more of a dark history behind where I was growing up from. So I wanted to share this. So there was a time when Christianity was taking over the masses of different countries and stuff. They've infiltrated many times over into other people's countries, and then all that. people call it the Christian plague. Some people call it something else. But during that time, a lot of religions were basically copied, and whatever didn't fit their agenda, they took that and they demonized whatever didn't fit their agenda and said, "Oh, now this thing is evil," and all this other stuff. Because back before, before Christianity came to Greece and Rome, Rome originally believed in what is called the Greek and Roman gods and goddesses. And then Catholicism came along, and their kings were basically switching over religions. They believed now in so back in those times, when you had a king or someone in charge of a group of people, the best thing for you to do is to take their leader or their governor or their king or queen, so to speak, someone of high standard, and trick, or not really trick, but get them to come to your religion. That way you can have them, the leader, so to speak, to tell the people, I want you to stop believing in the gods and the goddesses, and you're going to believe in what I tell you to believe. And if I catch you doing your old belief system, I'm gonna either whip you, kill you, whatever the punishment was back then. And that's how it was. That's how they operated. And when some of the religion of Christianity back in the very, very back in the day, they would like rape people, kill people, steal from people, all in the name of said God. And I'm just bringing up the history behind our religion. I'm a Christian, but I also believe in a little bit more of in a spiritual way, not really more of a religious way. So I have a very open-minded perspective of God. I have developed my connection with God. I've used my gifts for what you call God, the creator. I prefer to say the creator because it doesn't differentiate between a male or a female deity, if you get to catch my drift. So that's just me. And so that's what I wanted to bring up, and that's what I've noticed in a lot of controversy in my group. Some say he's evil, some say he's this, he's that, and I'm just like, well, technically, the creator had both the light and the dark, and he separated the light and the dark in the quote-unquote Holy Bible as the light is day and then the dark is night, so, and then it's just, I wanted to give you that little ditty, and I'm going to give you my experience now on my understanding of certain. The whole book of the Bible, I believe, reflects all of us, and because when it talks about Adam and Eve and the serpent to me, from what I've understood from the goddess of wisdom herself, the embodiment of all wisdom named Sophia. In fact, before I go into what I'm going to say, the early Christianity / Catholic religion was more of a mystical school. To be honest, I did my little research on that, and it was more of a school of the mystical arts. It was more into the astrological to the very. It was just very mystical and philosophical in that nature. And they came to a point in their belief system where they took what was in the origin, this is what was there in the beginning, and they took that knowledge and used it as a mystical school, and then it became more so into digressed into a negative way. But so to give you the basics, there is this embodiment called Sophia. This entity, Sophia, was the life giver. She would constantly give birth to things all over her body. There is a beautiful portrait of her showing a female with glowing green energy, and there is archangels coming out of her, to minotaurs, to all the things that we came to believe of to this day. All of it was like you could see it coming out of her body. And in order to create order and structure for Sophia so she doesn't tip the balance, they had to create something what is called death. So there was an pure embodiment of death. And to also keep the balance between these two entities, which is knowledge and wisdom, life and death. In order to keep that balance between, so they don't go at each other's throats often, they created what is called numbers and geometry, and you see that throughout everything from plants to animals to the buildings we create to us ourselves. We got 5 fingers on both sides of our hands, and we got 5 toes, and we got 5 ligaments, 2 arms, 2 legs, and a head. And this upper part right here connects all of the energy of the 5 elemental energies, So it's like I'm seeing. This is what I came to understand under my own development and sought so much knowledge. And I believe, in my honest opinion, there are people who have this knowledge about numbers and geometry, and they're using it of their own agenda. Where I, on the other hand, don't like to use it for my own agenda, but to help people in their agendas. So it's more of, okay, I know this knowledge, I can use it to my benefit, but let me help benefit other people too. So that's how I do it. And with that being said, I believe whenever we say a certain type of phrase sequence of numbers, for example, 0, 1, 0, 0, 1, 1, 0, 0, 1, 1, that in itself is alpha, omega, beginning to end, first to last, vice versa, life, death. That's like order and balance, structure, and all that. It's like a way to structure the energy, It's a way to balance the energy, neutralize it, and balance it, and that's just what I believe, and that's what I've come to my own understanding. And you could take this video and chuck it in the trash. If it resonates, if some parts resonate, if some parts don't, then that's totally you. Not everyone is ready from my perspective, and that's okay. It took me a while to actually get used to having all this knowledge. I didn't have all this knowledge actually, in the beginning. It kind of like clicked one day. It was like, it's just very hard to explain. I was being falsely imprisoned and in jail, and I just told God, because I was the creator, whatever it was, that I was like, just give me the wisdom and knowledge of beginning to end, because I don't want to have to go through this. I don't want to have to be an idiot and go out through my life not knowing what the truth is behind beginning to end, and so it clicked one day. My mind started working on the frequency 01369110, and I have been developing that understanding. Actually, I've gotten to a point where I'm at like a very, very big breakthrough in what my understanding is of energy. I just can't really explain it, but I feel like I'm going through a very major breakthrough very, very soon. I've been receiving a lot of energetic downloads, so to speak, of cells, from the cells transmutation to life force energy. This is the energy that flows through our bodies and the energy that's around us. So I'm going through a very, very big breakthrough right now. And it actually deals with making the non-material into the physical and manipulating the physical to take the form of another physical. So it'll be more of a hypothetical type hypothesis, if you catch my drift, because I won't have any proof of it, but I would definitely like to share it here on the video next time when I get that breakthrough, and I will definitely share it, because it's very much, I feel like it's someone who can use the knowledge and can benefit from it. So yeah. But yeah, back to what I was saying. That this was once originally a mystical school. and there are thousands of actually mystical schools out there. Some of them are just hidden from the from the people, and they actually go out and invite people to, they, how do I explain it? I feel like there are hidden schools hidden in plain sight, if you catch my drift. And it's like they're watching us and they're looking. It's like, okay, I see this guy got potential. Let me try to bring him in. Let me try to bring him in. Let me reach out to him. And it's very interesting during my time here, well, while I was in jail, I received a very interesting psychic message from a person. And I don't know if this was a person or entity, but it came to me and what was offering me to go to the School of Dark Arts. And I'm like, well, no, I'm flattered, but I haven't decided whether I'd be light or dark. And so he's like, well, I understand this is only a one-time offer. Just think about it, and I'll come back to you when you've made a decision. And I have yet to hear from him actually, and so it's just very interesting. I've seen some dark stuff. I've seen how some dark things really work. And it's just very, very interesting. I've seen into the spirit veil so much, and I've seen all the darkness and corruption. And I want to do something about it. But I'm still trying to get my life situated. When this business is a success and it's booming, I want to be able to travel into different places and learn about different herbologies and potion making, herbal remedies to different stuff. I would be traveling to go on hiatus, so to speak. I mean, I'll still make the products and stuff. Don't get me wrong. You'll still get them. I'll be traveling while I'm making them. So it's just very interesting. Um, so yeah, because I want to be able to travel and work while I travel. So it's just amazing. I actually plan to move when it gets to a certain point, and I'm racking in this kind of money, so to speak, these racks. If that's the term people use nowadays. I want to actually move to somewhere where there's a deep connection to me, a calling in me, I guess, so to speak, to move to Norway, somewhere where it's something in me is calling me to this place in Norway, but I'm not sure where. I just keep feeling the call of the Norse gods specifically, and they want me to move to Norway. So it's a very big thing for them to ask, and I was like, well, I'm all there, I'm all for that, but I don't have the money for that. And that's they're like, we know, we understand, and that's we are going to help you become a success, because they also understand this is like my platform. This business, this metaphysical story is gonna be a platform for me to stay a stable, founded platform of financial stability and financial freedom, and free from all insecurities. And so they are very happy, and I'm happy with them too. So it's like, yay! So I'm sorry, I know I digressed a bit. So anyway, so from my own personal experience with Lucifer, actually, he, from what I've understood about him, he is known as the voice of God, because he was the first syllable. They have always shown me this to me, of when God first spoke, the first sound that was spoken, he came with the first sound, and every sound after that followed. So, in my honest opinion, I think he's known as the voice of God because of how they described him in certain texts. I do believe that he was known as the light bringer. Excuse me. And when you talk about the light bringer, there was a specific star. They called it a star, but it was a planet. Which, when before the sun even came out, there was this bright star, the morning star, which happened to be the closest planet to our Earth, which I believe is Venus. I believe. And with that being said, that was called the morning star. And that's where we got this connection with Lucifer, because they believed in Greek times Archangel Phosphorus was the light bringer of the day. So the morning star brought in the hail, like all hail the light, which the sun came after. So, you see what my point is. The sun was here rising on the horizon, and you could still see this morning star, and they was like all hail the light, so he was bringing the light with the energy of love. And so there are three aspects to love, and from my own understanding, with connecting with Isis, Osiris, Sirius, and all these other different Sumerian Babylonian entities, they taught me all this. So it wasn't like I'd done the research. It more came to me through a deep meditative visions of sorts, and download, which is very interesting, because people say you got to do research, you got to know what you're talking about. But I believe we all have all the knowledge within us, because I'm talking about this stuff, and yet people thousands of years and eons before me said the same thing, and they had no technology whatsoever. They didn't use a telescope or something, so how could they have all this knowledge? By going within. And that's what you called Atlantean times. The Arcturians, Palladians, and the Sirians, they taught us to look within, ourselves and be the temple, and to bring our consciousness out of our body and look around, okay. So I believe that's how we were able to receive such knowledge back in that day in the Egyptians, because they didn't have telescopes. How would they build all these pyramids? With the help of the star people or the extraterrestrial. Hello, if you look, you can see here there's someone here. What's up? But I just noticed sometimes, if you notice, there's certain flashes or things you could see, little pixels and stuff, and that's them. They messing with the camera and stuff, and I'm like, yeah, what's up? They say hi, and stuff. So I found that very interesting, because my place is always jumping. It's always jumping with spiritual activity. No. Are you serious? No? Yeah, but that's how it goes. I've also noticed that this in particular is like an open portal, but after I did the no champa and the dragon's blood and set the intention to have it more of a guarded gate, I feel when I reach in and I look in my third eye, I see a gate and two people guarding it at all times. So it's very, very interesting. So I like to feel like there's certain energies about this stuff, and it's amazing. It's wonderful. I've asked for certain things, and I'm just given it, and it's all because I think it's all because of my pure heart, and I wouldn't use this stuff for evil. I wouldn't use it for any negative purpose, and I think that's why a lot of the knowledge that has been given to me was just given to me, because they can see my heart. They see whom I truly am, and that is someone of pure, unconditional, loving love, and so so. But yeah, so back in the day, Archangel Lucifer was known as Archangel Phosphorus in Greece, before the Roman Catholic came along and took over the belief system of the Greek Olympian gods. And I believe, that this was a reflection to Egyptian, because Egyptian was taken over by, if I remember correctly, the Greeks and the Romans. And then before that, there was the Sumerians and Babylonians and all these other religions. It's like a reflection. And I'll eventually print out some things and show you the reflections I'm talking about. I feel like it's important. I have to go to the library, but I'll go to the library on Monday, because I'll only do these videos on Tuesdays and Thursdays. But I have not been feeling well, so I've been feeling a bit better. and I wanted to make this video because I just been seeing a lot of controversy. Um, so yeah, I believe he's the pure embodiment. He's depicted as the pure embodiment of all sound, of all frequency. And Nikola Tesla said that in order to understand the keys to the universe, the 369 keys, you'd have to understand energy, vibration, and frequency. And frequencies vibrate on a certain energy. And energy vibrates to a certain frequency. And if energy is infinite and eternal, so there's many different things we have yet to discover, and we can just reach out and say, I wonder what this energy and this energy mean. So if you reach out into the invisible and just reach out into what is the infinite eternal energy, and you say, well, I want to vibrate on this frequency, which is to have prosperity and protection and good health and all these other things that I want, and you want to wrap them up. And this is what I like to do. So I imagine myself, I go into a state of the infinite and eternal energy, and I just meditate until I feel like I'm fully there, and I reach out with my hands physically, and I can feel myself reaching into. And I reach in and I pick a certain energy. When you pick a certain vibration, that means you're stepping from the infinite eternal into a specified vibrational energy field. And that energy field is the vibration of, say, prosperity. And prosperity, you then make it into your own frequency. So you basically take that frequency and assimilate yourself with that frequency. And that's my own understanding. So I could be dead wrong. I mean, science does prove that energy dies and never changes, so it's always infinite, eternal. Um, so he really deepened my understanding of it, and he actually, is a pretty decent dude, very powerful protector because of how he is. He's made of pure frequency. So I'm like, okay, you know. I saw him in action, and I would want to thank you for that, because I felt like he did something for me a while back, and I don't know what it was, but I had the feeling to always thank him, because it's like, thank you so much, because I feel like he did something for me, even though I don't really remember what it specifically it was, because there's so much stuff that has happened in my life. And so I want to work with him more, but there actually have been so many other angelic beings that came all at once. So he's kind of like waiting his turn patiently, and he's one of the people that I really, really want to talk to, including what is known as Archangel Jerachiel, which is known as the Sign of God. So he sees all, knows all, like, type deals. So I want to work with him and Archangel Lucifer, and aka Archangel Phosphorus, and then Archangel Raziel and Jophiel specifically. Those are the four I'm really hoping to get into, and like really deep breath, because Archangel Raziel is known as the secrets of God, and Archangel Jophiel is known as the wisdom of God. Archangel Jerachiel is known as the sight of God, so he can see all, know all type dealio. And then there's also Archangel Phosphorus, aka Archangel Lucifer, which is then he was actually, apparently he came back into the light, and they called him, I guess now these days, Archangel Azrael or Ariel, known as the strength of God. So who knows? But then there's another one that I have been called to, like, really wanting to work with me, is Archangel Samael, which is known as the death of God. Anything ending in EL is, of course, what he does. In fact, he is actually like nulls and voids himself on did a little information on him, and apparently he's connected to the tree of the opposite side of the tree of the life. There's the tree of the dead. And so it's just very interesting how he operates because he nullifies himself, but yet he's very powerful. He I think he's been helping me understand what I need to let go of, and that's what death is. Death could be from physical death to an ego death, or what happens you need to let go of. Like he helps me in that way, and I feel like he is like, well, hey, listen, I know you're busy, but I have some assignments for you. And that's how he's been recently. Like he's been because all these other angels are like all in line. Like it's weird. I'm like being floored by all these different energies, and it feels very overwhelming. But when I really sit back and just meditate, everything just feels so calm when I'm with any angelic being. But yeah, so um, So my understanding. So I know I digressed. I'm really apologies. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to digress. But anyway, so that's my little history on Lucifer, which he was originally known in Greek times as Archangel Phosphorus, Lightbringer, and he was referenced to as the morning star, like his place was in the morning star, and whenever they saw him they said, oh, that's the morning star, that's Archangel Phosphorus, and they see the sun being pulled by the Venus and that energy. So again, it's like a loving light. He was the bringer of the love and light of humanity, and love creates life. Love creates the light, and love, life, and life have always been connected to me. So that's how I understand him. He has deepened my understanding of energy and vibrations and frequencies. He's a very powerful protector, and I say that because he's on the deep three levels, the very very almost the very very core, like energy, vibration, frequency type thing. So you would always, I would say, be grateful if he coming around protecting your ass because he is awesome. Okay, I don't know. I keep seeing these faces right here. Because he is definitely awesome. Okay, he has helped me and protected me in times. You know, um, so I actually was bummed out today. Though it worked out, but I was bummed out because uh, I originally had a reading to go and connect with through my friend BB. She's just been feeling very sick, so she has been feeling well. I think she overdid it with the videos. You know, I don't rec- and that's my honest opinion. I mean, I think she did too much. And I understand that she wanted to do that marathon, but I also think she should have also incorporated one day out of the entire marathon to really put in that rest. And this is my honest opinion. But she is, I encourage you guys to get a reading from her too. She is the best at what she does. She does automatic writing to other things too. But her website is Celestial Guidance by BB, and you'll see when you click on the photo, you'll see her, but which I think she got like pigtails on, and she's just smiling. And there's like a little biography and stuff. So definitely check out her website. She does have a channel that I want to encourage you guys to look into. And if you like her channel, please feel free to like, share, and subscribe to her video and be a part of our family tribe. I'm also part of her family tribe, and so so tribe. So it's called Celestial Guidance by BB Meeks, and I'll show you guys on my phone what it looks like. That way, you guys can find it easier, and so let me just really quick go into my YouTube. Okay, there's my YouTube. Let's go here to subscriptions. Give me a moment. Here.
So guys, I was watching this clip back from my life, and it got me thinking.
So that's what she looks like.
A little bit more on this subject. You deserve better, and that's exactly it. You deserve a lot better. You know.
That's her, and her channel. It looks like with this screenshot, it looks like that. She is awesome. I would encourage you guys to subscribe and like her channel. And so, yeah. Because she's just the best, awesome. And she is way more experienced than I am on YouTube. I'm still getting things together. So, with that being said, but I'm making the best of it. So, wish me luck, you guys. You know, so let me see if I covered everything on him personally. So, that was that. He says to that. And I also said he's very powerful, which he is. I feel like, in my honest opinion, I feel like if you had this set of angels and you're like they are with you, they got like y'all tight. Not you can't own these angels, but you can have them work for you in a sense to where y'all are equals. I'm not saying that they're your slave. That's what I'm going to emphasize. These deities are way more powerful than us, and they choose who they want to work with and who they don't want to work with. And if you piss them off, that's a bad thing. I'll be like, good luck, bye. I'm staying out of that firing range. So that's what I'm going to suggest is that they are way more powerful than us because we look at us. Look at this flimsy stuff, They can just look at us and I obliterate you, and all of a sudden you just turn into an atomic combusted ash. Okay, they are way powerful, and same with any other deity you work with, whether it be the glorious demons to the gods, goddesses, and vice versa. So, yeah, they're all more powerful than us, and we're just an itty bitty human, so. But I want to emphasize when you do work with these angels, I would suggest you if you want to work with them on a regular basis, I would suggest, getting to know them before making any sort of contract with them and vice versa. I would suggest if you're unsure of what they would like to contract you with, I would suggest going through a channeler or through an automatic writer, and if they are comfortable with helping you communicate with that said entity, then you can understand what they want and what they want for you to have, and then also offer your thing, because you have to have an equal offering. Like, hey, you want my protection? Well, you got to do this and this. So it's that's what they want. They ain't gonna be like, here, give them things away for free. And that's with anything. It's all about the positive, negative, cause effect. So, at least that's my own understanding. I could be dead wrong, but I personally like to go through an automatic writer or some sort of channeler to make sure I'm actually, because I'm not clear audibly there yet. I'm working on it, but I'm not able to be very clear audient at the moment. So that's why I like going through a channeler or through an automatic writer to see if I'm making, I'm hearing it correctly. So, with that being said, I would, if you guys are able to, or they are coming to you, the best one I would say, as far out of all of them, is to really have is Archangel Phosphorus, aka Archangel Lucifer, Archangel Jorachiel. There is what they call Lilith, and she's not a demon. In fact, she was a human before she ascended and all that other good stuff. I believe she is something more of the embodiment of all female women, and she's really good for. The way she appears to me all the time is star, like the night sky, pitch black, but got these beautiful star. energy. And she kind of reminds me of Nyx, the goddess of night, and or the Titaness, the goddess. The she technically there Nyx is more interesting than a goddess, but that's the best term I like to use because it's more familiar to people. But she's way more powerful than that. Um, so to me, I feel like she's also a star goddess because of how she always appeared to me as. And I'm not sure if that's true or not, but she is very good with as a patron to childbirth, mother, and children. She's a patron to all those seeking to help get over and heal from their trauma. And she's also very good at helping people become financially independent. And I haven't yet considered to work with her, but I mean, I feel like if she was, I feel like she's like open to it, but I'm still like on the fence. So, but I feel like if she was gonna help me become financially independent, I wouldn't know what to do. So I'm gonna definitely look into her and see what Baby comes up with an automatic writing and see about that as well. But I would encourage you getting some sort of like contract if you want protection and stuff and all this the side of God. I would suggest Archangel Jarakiel because he could see any danger like at all times. So that's what I want. So as far as like protection go team, I'm trying to put a contract together with Archangel Jarakiel, known as the Side of God, Archangel Lucifer, aka Archangel Phosphorus. And then I also want to put a contract together with Archangel Raziel and Archangel Japhael, just because I want them to help me make if Archangel Raziel can see all the protection, the dangers all the time, and I got Archangel Lucifer helping me with the protection, I would like to have some wisdom and knowledge involved in that to make the absolute and best protection of these energies. And I'm also thinking about making a contract with what is Yeshua, but I believe he's connected to what is an Orisha tradition, Alakwa, aka also back even further, Eshu. Because Yeshua, Eshu, and it's a similar story because there was always a child, a child that was sent, and I believe there's some sort of connection to Eshu and Yeshua, you know. So I'm gonna try to work a contract with Yeshua because he's the opener and the closer of doors. So he can open doors and keep closed doors shut. So, he could be a very powerful asset, and I want to put these together. I am going to see if I could work out a contract with Lilith to help me face my trauma and stuff. I feel like there's a lot that I need to do, but I'm also done a lot of great work. So I feel like, I want to have her help with helping with my trauma and becoming financially independent. I don't know if she's good with financial stability, but who knows? And I would like to have her as a powerful asset for my metaphysical store because she can help this my business become financially independent. That means I'll be financially independent. So yeah, and then I want to work with some other deities, but I want to get to these five. These five. I hope I have enough time for these five individuals because I want to work with them. And then I want to also establish a contract with what is called the gatekeepers of all the multidimensional universe and see what they can do. If they can give me some like contract, like, okay, I'm asking for the knowledge to use it for good. Give me all knowledge and wisdom that is good and any incantations and spells for protection, for, all that. And then, in return, I still will have to rank it out. But that's how I'm hoping. I'm hoping to make these contracts. And what is very interesting though is that every time I talk or I see, hey, okay, yeah, Just be sure to just clean up when you're done. So I just had some entity walk past me and they wanted to do something, so I was like, okay, just make sure you clean up when you're done, and all that stuff. So I have like entities and it's like I'm like, okay, it's always a very high vibrational state. So it's um it's just very interesting to see and to watch. I could just sit in my house and be like this, and I'm seeing apparitions this way, that way. It's amazing. It's like my own television of the spiritual realm, but they're not television. They're not to be watched. They're there to be work with, and so, but yeah. So, I think that's pretty much it. I want to work with a deity that really is good for keeping me safe and me and my home safe. I want to make sure that wherever I stay at, wherever I am living at, I will never be uprooted again. And I also want to have financial freedom and financial success and be a very prosperous and abundant monetary entrepreneur, that has that. So I'm thinking about going to Hades, or in this case, Pluto, but I'm also thinking about Hades for some reason. I'm thinking about contacting Fortuna and see what comes up for that in specific and see you know, what comes up. So I'm hoping to get their protection on stuff. And I don't know why, but I heard like almost like someone. I don't know why I heard that. So maybe it's in the other room because sometimes I can hear things. It's weird. It's hard to explain. Um, but yeah, that's all I have to really say. But I would encourage, if you ever want to work with these angels and other beings, definitely make a note to work with Archangel Lucifer, aka Archangel Phosphorus, Archangel Duratio, Archangel Raziel, Archangel Jophael, and Archangel Samael. Another good one is Archangel Raphael, Gabriel, and Odiel. But I would encourage whenever you're working with the angel of death, work with also in healing energy too. So someone like, you could do Lilith, or 'cause if you're a female, I would more encourage you to work with Lilith if you're working through women's abuse trauma and stuff. She's the one you gotta go to because she is the best with that. Okay, honey. Okay, so but yeah, so but I would encourage also Archangel Raphael too. So, because he's known as the healing of God. So yeah. It's now 53 minutes and 3 seconds and counting, and I just wanted to come on here, and I know I rambled on for what feels like forever, but I am going to get off this live. I hope this was informational, and if you find that these information videos help in any way, I would appreciate any sort of donation that you make via Cash App or PayPal, because it really, when you give your donations to my channel, I put it all back into my metaphysical story and into this channel. And so I am saving up on getting a better webcam, because I do notice how this camera, and specifically, it's got like this blue tinge, which I don't normally see. So there's that. And then I want to get also a better like headset or something. But with that being said, namaste, much love, blessed be.